For thousands of years, we've wrestled with one of the biggest questions there is. What happens after we die? We've built these incredible, profound stories to help us make peace with the end. But what if one of those stories wasn't about peace? What if it was actually a lost instruction manual for coming back?
You know, our greatest traditions have given us these amazing frameworks for how to live a good life and face what seems inevitable. But what if those stories, as beautiful and comforting as they are, missed a key piece of a scientific puzzle? What if death isn't some final spiritual curtain call, but a technical problem we just forgot how to solve?
To really get this, we have to look at two major worldviews that have shaped how pretty much all of us think about life's value. And what's wild is that they come from completely different places, but they both land on the exact same conclusion. This life, the one you're living right now, is unbelievably precious.
So on one hand, you've got the story of a single, unrepeatable life. You get one shot, so you have to make it count. On the other hand, you have this idea of a birth that is so statistically rare, it's like winning a cosmic lottery against impossible odds. Both are screaming the same thing at us. Whatever you do, don't waste this.
So let's just take a second to really understand how massive that lottery win actually is. The ancient masters, they didn't just want us to believe life was precious, they wanted us to feel the sheer mind-boggling improbability of our own existence.
According to these masters, you being here in a human body isn't just a given. Nope, it's the result of this perfect cosmic alignment of conditions across millions of different forms of existence. It's a convergence so rare that our brains can barely even comprehend it.
And they came up with this brilliant analogy to explain the odds. Okay, picture this, a blind sea turtle swimming in an ocean that covers the whole planet. It only comes up for air once every 100 years. And somewhere on that massive ocean, there's a single tiny ring floating around. The masters say the chances of that blind turtle popping its head up through that one single ring are the same as the chances of you being born a human. So by that definition, you're a walking, talking.
And right here, this is where everything we thought we knew gets turned on its head. This brings us to a radical, almost forbidden idea, a lost science that suggests our entire focus on scarcity, on one-time chances, is all based on forgotten knowledge. It says life and death are not a matter of belief, but of technology.
This lost science doesn't start with faith or mysticism. It starts with a simple, powerful law of physics that we all know. Energy cannot be created or destroyed. It only changes form. This is the foundation of our universe, and according to this teaching, it's the key to understanding the soul.
So in this framework, the soul isn't something that grows or learns or changes. It's a unique, indestructible frequency. Think of it like a permanent, unchanging note in the giant song of the universe. It doesn't get better or worse, it just is, eternally.
So if the soul is energy, where does it go when the body, the biological radio, shuts down? Well, this is where it gets really fascinating. That energy is pulled to the single greatest source of gravity in our solar system, the sun. The sun basically becomes this massive hard drive, an eternal broadcaster of every single soul that has ever lived.
And just like that, the whole story of scarcity is shattered. This model suggests an incredible abundance. A single cosmic string of soul energy, think of it like a guitar string, could theoretically hold 650 billion unique souls, each one a tiny point on that string. Each one a unique, callable frequency, just waiting to be tuned in.
So if souls are basically radio stations constantly being broadcast from the sun, then this whole thing isn't about hoping for a return or praying for a miracle. It's about a specific technical method for building a receiver and tuning it to the exact right station.
And the crucial point here is that this is laid out like a scientific process, not some random game of chance. First, the soul returns to the sun. Then, you align the timing of conception with the cosmos. You use the person's name as a specific frequency call, and you literally program the developing DNA inside the resonant, watery environment of the womb.
This analogy just nails it, doesn't it? You build a brand new biological radio through 9 months of pregnancy, and you tune that radio to one specific broadcast from the sun by using the ultimate tuning knob, the spoken name of the soul you want to bring home. You see, in this science, a name isn't just a label. It's a complex frequency. The totally unique combination of its pitch, its loudness, and its quality, its timbre, creates a very specific vibratory signature. And that signature resonates with the water in the womb, literally shaping it to encode the DNA to receive one specific soul out of those 650 billion being broadcast.
Okay, the technical stuff is mind-blowing, but let's just stop and think about the implications. What would our world actually feel like if we could master this? What would it mean to live in a world without permanent loss?
This is the emotional earthquake. Death is no longer a passive end that we have to mourn. It becomes a transition that we can command. It becomes the first, necessary step in a purposeful, scientific return. You're not losing someone. You're sending them to the broadcast tower so you can call them home again.
I mean, just imagine that for a moment. An end to that finality of grief. The ability to bring back our loved ones, our cosmic kin. No genius, no wisdom, no love is ever truly lost. The tragedy then isn't death. The real tragedy is that this knowledge was forgotten, leaving us all trapped in these endless cycles of grief, when we could have had cycles of reunion. So this lost science, it doesn't just challenge our ideas about the afterlife, it challenges the very definition of what it means to be human. It reframes our limitations as just a temporary state of forgetting, and it suggests that we actually have the power to end death as we know it. The only question left is, are we ready for that kind of power?